You're welcome to my channel. If you're meeting me for the first time, my name is Kyle. My student refer me as Master K, and you're welcome to my channel called BioMastery with Master K, where we learn the mastery of biology as a full concept. Now, are you having difficulty with WAEC, NECO, JAMB, GC biology? Fear no more. Maybe when you were very young, maybe you're still in SS, maybe your SS1 or SS2, and your seniors that are out of secondary school will be telling you biology is hard, the botanical names, this. Fear no more, because here biology is made easy. Our slogan here is study smart, score higher. Say that as I said, study smart, score higher. Say it again, study smart and score higher. In today's video, I'll be teaching us the concept of biology, right from the definition of what biology is. Let's dive into the video. Now, the question is, what is biology? The word biology is coming from two Greek words, which is bio and logos. What is the meaning of bio? Bio means life and logos means to study. Therefore, biology is not hard. The simple definition is that it is the study of what? Life. Study of life. That is biology. So biology is the study of life. That it's only in biology we do the study of life. Other non-living things and some factors tends to influence, but basically we deal with the study of what? Of life. Do we get that now? Now let's proceed into the branches of biology. What are the branches of biology? Biology had two main branches, just two main branches. Every other branches are further branches of biology, which we go. The very first branch we talk about is botany, and the second is zoology. What is the meaning of botany? Botany is the study of plants, mainly plants with their morphological and their physiological characteristics, and here is the study of animals. Now, the further branches of biology could either fall under plant or fall under animal. What are the further branches of biology? Now, the further branches of biology, number one, you can have something like cytology. Cytology. What is the meaning of cytology? Study of cell. That is the meaning of cytology. Study of cell. You can have another study of biology or another further division of biology. We have anatomy, we have physiology, we have entomology, we have ecology. Okay, let me see. What is ecology? Ecology. Ecology is the study of plants and animal, but in relation and interaction with their environment. How plants and animal influence their environment, how they relate with each other. Are you following me? You get the concept now. So biology is not difficult. We are basically looking into life and how we are being what? Influenced. Are you getting this? So these are the further branches of biology. We can have cytology, we can have ecology, as I've said, we can have entomology, we can have parasitology. Parasitology is the study of what? Parasites. And entomology. Entomology is the study of what? Insects. Entomology is the study of insects and many other further branches of biology. Are you getting it now? Alright, now we move straight forward into characteristics of living things. I'm a living thing, you are a living thing. First, before we look into characteristics of living things, what are living things? Some textbook may put it as living organism. Still the same thing. Don't be confused. An organism is something that either have life or does not have life. Did you get what I'm saying now? Now, let's look into the meaning of living things. What are living things? Living things are things that have life in them. Living things are things that basically have life in them. They possess every characteristics, and that is what we want to check into presently. Now let's look at characteristics of living things. You must have been confused, and some say characteristics of living things is Mr. Niger D. Some say it is this. So it is beyond that now. You no longer Mr. Niger D, but I'll give you the little acronyms you can use to understand that. Very simple and short. You can call it Mr. NIGER CAD, which I will break down everything to series and sequence. Now let's go ahead. Mr. NIGER CAD. Are you following me? Mr. NIGER CAD. Now this is M. What is the M meant for? The M is for movement. M for movement. What is the meaning of movement? Every living organism has ability to move, to change position from one place to another. Are you wondering? Not be saying, but plants is just in a particular position. They are not moving now. They move. Plants move. Do you know that? The movement in plants is as a result of growth movement, which can be tactic movement, nastic movement, tropic movement, and so on. When we get to movement as a topic as a whole, I'll discuss more on that. Just know that every living organism has ability to move. And what is movement? Ability to change position from one point to what? Another. It moves from point A to point B. And when you look at a plant, at times you see them, they wave to the left, they wave to the right. That is as a result of the effect of external factor called wind on them. But basically, they move. Yeah. So when we get to this bridge of movement as a topic, I'll discuss about it. If you want me to talk about any other topic, please put it in the comment section. If you're enjoying this video so far, please give this video a thumbs up, hit the bell notification button, and also what? Subscribe for more videos. So by the time I drop an amazing video like this, YouTube will give you a notification. Have you done that? Thank you very much. So let's proceed. Now the next is reproduction. Reproduction. What is the meaning of reproduction? In biology class, especially when I was teaching in science school, if you tell them our next class, we'll be discussing about reproduction. Even students that don't attend class, we attend class that day. It's funny, right? Because of some things we have to discuss about it. But that's not what I'm going today. But reproduction is the ability of living organism to give rise to new individual of the same species. I may not be able to write everything in details on the board, but you can pause this video, you can back forward it, you can put it forward if you know what I'm saying. Maybe you back it or you take it forward for you to be able to jot some things down yourself. As I'm saying it, there may not be time for me to write them on the board. Do you get that now? So just write something down. You follow me? Thank you. Now let's go back to reproduction. Reproduction is the ability of living organisms to reproduce, like to reprocreate. I'm not going to make use of that word reprocreate because it is not so correct. You make that kind of mistake, so don't use it again. Ability to give rise to new individual of the same species. What is the meaning of that same species? Let's look at that. Same species. This same species simply means that a goat must produce a goat. A lion can never give birth to an elephant. It is impossible because the genetic constituent is different. Am I speaking grammar? No. When we get under genetics, I'll still explain what I mean by genetic constituent. Meaning that our cell, our inheritance, if human being gets married to a human being and they mate, they must produce another human being. That is the meaning of same species. In another language, same kind. Regardless of how we simplify biology, there are some terms that need to be featured in your definition for you to make it meaningful. That is why many people score low in biology. You use the simplest of all English without including the biological terms. It must be there. So I'll still let you know in this video, furthermore, where you must fix in some important terminologies in biology. Now let's go back to the video. The next is nutrition. Nutrition. I don't know the time you're watching, I don't know where you're watching from. I'll be watching from Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone, UK, United States, and so on and so forth. You must have eaten today. If you have not eaten today, you must have eaten yesterday, you must have eaten before. Without nutrition, reproduction is not possible and movement is not possible. Because you can't tell me to run a kilometer if I have not eaten. Nutrition simply means ability of every living thing to feed. Ability to do what? To feed. That's just the meaning. We have diverse forms of nutrition, but I'm not going to go there. Just know that nutrition is ability of living organism to what? To feed. to feed. We have different organisms. Some feed on grasses, which is mainly plants. We refer them as what? What do we call them? We call them herbivorous animals. They feed majorly on what? On grasses, on plants. Those animals that feed majorly on flesh and bones, they are carnivores. While those ones that can feed on both flesh and plant materials or any other substances, they are omnivores, just like you and I. Yeah, human beings, we are all omnivores. You don't get that now. Now let's go back to the next video. Now the next is irritability. Irritability. In some textbook, you may come across this irritability as sensitivity. What is the meaning of irritability? Ability to feel. Maybe you must have picked up a hot object. All of a sudden you drop it. Why? Because there is sensitivity in you. It's part of characteristics of living organism. Oh, you're not asking me, do plants feel? Yeah, they do. They feel. Yeah, they have feeling. Let me give you an example for you to know that our plant has what? Feeling. Go to the bark of any tree. Let's assume this is a tree. You peel it off. Peel the bark off. You discover that when you go there the following day, you discover that there are new tissues that are getting reformed back. They felt that something is wrong with them and that place needs to be healed. Sensitivity is also part of it. There are some plants that when you touch them, they retract. Sensitivity. Some plants are sensitive to light. You don't get that now. Especially some flowers. It is when it is sunny, you see them, they blossom. And when it is dark, they retract as well. Sensitivity. When we get to the more breed about it, we'll talk about it. The next is growth. Growth. What is the meaning of growth? Growth is an irreversible increase. I come again. Irreversible increase in height, in size, in weight of an organism. Once upon a time, we usually give a reduce. We say, I am something, and whenever I go up, I don't come down. They will tell you the answer is what? Age. They're trying to explain growth. And there's difference between growth and development. Development is the series of changes that is taking place side by side with growth. When you were born as a baby, just take a look at me, discover that I'm having beards, I'm having this steady. You too, as a girl or as a female child, when you were being given birth to, all of a sudden you do not grow your mammary gland, you do not all of a sudden get mature. No, that is development. Growth is the irreversible increase that is taking place. We have different bases of growth. Mitosis contribute, meiosis contribute, and so on and so forth. But for the sake of this class, we are only looking into the characteristics for now. Later, all these are topics that WAEC focus on, but we don't know. All their questions, 70% of WAEC question is coming from every characteristics of living things that are listed here. Starting from movement, from reproduction, from nutrition, from irritability to growth. They pick questions from here because all this will be discussed as a topic furthermore in the video. Do we understand? So let's proceed. That is for what? Growth. The next is excretion. Excretion. What is the meaning of excretion? Ability to get rid of waste metabolic material that are harmful to our health. What are these waste metabolic material? Water, urea, uric acid, salt, carbon monoxide or carbon dioxide, anyone you call it, the one coming out of your nostril. By the time you breathe in oxygen. By the time you breathe out carbon dioxide or carbon dioxide. Do you get that now? So it's carbon dioxide, we breathe out. Have I made myself clear? Because we don't need it. It's harmful to us. How will you know it is injurious to you? Have you ever been in a room with that is overcrowded? You discover that if you face this person, the person is breathing into you, you will not be able to breathe well. Because it is what? Harmful. It's injurious. So we don't need it. It is the carbon that has been burnt in that the person is releasing out. And we don't need it. What you need is the what? It's the oxygen. Are you following me? So that is why excretion is very necessary. You sweat. When you sweat, what do you excrete out of your sweat? Water and salt. Do you understand? So that is excretion. Very, very important. Another thing is respiration. Respiration. Breathe in, everybody. Let's do this practically. In That is respiration. Ability of living organism to respire, to breathe. And if you are talking about respiration, respiration really goes a long way. Do you know that the carbon you are breathing out is what plants needed to survive? So we are switching. Let's assume this is man. Assumption. And this is a plant. It's a plant. The man is breathing out carbon dioxide. And we are breathing in what? Oxygen. And do you know that plants needed carbon dioxide into them, and they are releasing what for us? O2, oxygen, out. So what they release out to us as oxygen is what we will breathe in, and what we breathe out is what they breathe in. So that is respiration for you. Have I made myself clear? Furthermore, in our next video I will talk more on respiration as well. Just stay tuned to the channel and click the bell notification button if you have not done that. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you are enjoying this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you very much. Now we will proceed again. I'm done with respiration, just ability to respire. The next is competition. Competition. This is very, very important. Every living organism competes. Even plants compete for the less available resources within the soil. What is the meaning of competition? Competition is ability to struggle for existence of little available resources for survival of the fittest. And for this survival of the fittest, we need the best organism that survive to stay. And that is why competition comes in. Let me give you an illustration. Let's assume this is a room. And I have 20 men in the room. I locked every one of them up for 5 days. No food, no water. When I'm coming back in the next 6 days, I only come in with, there are 20. Let's assume I come in with, let's say, 15 loaves of bread and 15 bottled waters. In getting into the room, I place everything on the floor, knowing fully well that there are 20, and I come in with just 15 loaves of bread. Are you following me? And I said, once I shut the door, take one bread, one pure water. Only those that still have ability to compete as one of the characteristics of living organism will be able to survive for the next 5 days that I am coming. Another form of competition is this. I don't know if you have chickens. You get their food, you spread it to the floor, or you put it on the floor. You see them, they will rush it, they start eating. Later, when the food is getting reduced, you will see the older one, the bigger one will be chasing out what? The smaller ones. Why? Because they want to feed on those ones. That is competition. It leads to struggle, survival of what? Of the fittest, leaving the fittest organism in that particular environment. Do we understand that? You understand, right? Thank you very much. You can go back again, you can rewind to get more of my illustrations and examples. And these examples are very important and necessary also. You can give them in WAEC, NECO. It's acceptable. Examples. Now the next is adaptation. Adaptation. What is the meaning of adaptation? Adaptation is the ability of living organism to get used to their environment. Not that you just stay there. There's a difference between tolerance and adaptation. If you tolerate, you only withstand little or unfavorable changes in the environment. But adaptation makes you what? Get used to that environment. Are you following me? Now let me give an illustration. We have twin. There are many factors anyways, but let me pick adaptation. Twin. One of them grew up here in Nigeria, and another person grew up in the United States. The person that grew up in the United States will be very much familiar with the code, will be familiar with the system. The person must have been adapted to the system there. Now, the person here in Nigeria all of a sudden traveled from here down to the US. He or she is going to have problem. Why? The person is not yet adapted to that environment. Do you take note that at times, if you travel from one locality to another environment, when you get there within 2 weeks, you fall sick? Do you notice? Why? Because you are not yet, and your system is about to change to the ecosystem of that environment. Are you following me? So that is adaptation, ability to get used to the environment. Fishes are already used to water. That is why they are aquatic organisms. We are already used staying on land. That is why we are terrestrial. Birds are used to staying on the trees. That is why they are boreal organisms. Are we getting that now? So that is what we call adaptation, ability to get used to your environment. Another one there, which is the last but not the least there, is death. This death, I also call it lifespan. Every living organism, you must have a date of birth, and there will definitely be a date of death. The oldest tree in the world, I don't know the age, I've not made the research, is that the day they planted it and it grows till date, that is the lifespan. Meaning from birth, from conception down to death, when you are being conceived till the person dies. Death simply means end of life. It's inevitable. Both plant and animal will die. At times you discover that there are so many trees in your environment, they grow to the extent that they become aged and they die off. All of a sudden you see their leaf wither off and never produce another one again. That is what? Death. Death can be natural, can be by other environmental factors. If you are enjoying this video, again, please hit the bell notification button, give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to the channel once again. It really helps the YouTube algorithm. Thank you very much. I'm Master K once again. I'll see you in the next video.